There was a ripple of excitement amongst everyone in office. Hey, did you hear? Our new team leader is a very good looking guy, were whispers echoing across the floor. Purnima did not know what to expect, but she could feel her apprehension and palpitation. New team leader meant adjusting to his guidelines. As it is, she is tired of the grim environment at home, adjusting to a much older husband's dull lifestyle, in-laws, and tending to her little boy. She let out a deep sigh and got back to work, wondering whether she will ever have a beautiful, loving life. Little did she know that her life would change with the entry of the new team leader Amit. Next morning, the teams were asked to gather in the conference room for an introduction. It was almost a love at first sight, but one-sided. Purnima never thought she will fall in love with the good-looking young guy the moment she set eyes on him. Amit was quite friendly with all, and everyone found him quite approachable from the first instance. As days passed by, Purnima started looking forward to going to office. She became quite chirpy in office and always seemed to laugh and joke with Amit. Soon, their friendship grew and they started meeting for coffee after office hours. In spite of having a husband and son at home, Purnima had fallen in love with Amit and was thinking of divorcing her husband. She purchased trendy, sizzling clothes and kept them at her close friends' place. She dared not show them to her husband or in-laws. Every day she changed her clothes at her friend's place before going out with Amit. Her physical hunger for Amit started growing day by day. On several occasions, she hinted marriage to Amit, but he explained to her that he comes from a conservative family and his mother will never accept Purnima as his partner. But this did not deter her. Purnima was determined to have him in her life. Gradually, she started visiting his apartment and taking care of his food, laundry, and other essentials. Her excuse at home would be overtime in office due to work overload. She was so deep into him that she was ready to do everything for him outside her marriage. As was expected, Amit couldn't control his carnal desires any longer and finally gave in. Purnima's desires were finally fulfilled and she believed Amit is as deeply in love with her as she was. Such kind of pleasures have a short shelf life and that's exactly what happened with them too. Soon Amit started feeling suffocated by her overpowering possessiveness. He started looking for excuses to spend as less time with her as possible. He took the opportunity of a vacancy in their Hyderabad branch and shifted to Hyderabad to take up the new role. Purnima cried herself to bits. She missed Amit tremendously and decided to surprise him. She lied at home that she has to travel for office work and took a flight to Hyderabad. Amit sure was surprised when she knocked on his door and wasn't too happy. However, he let her in. It was just a matter of a couple of days because it was not possible for her to leave her little son for too long. The night was torrid. Next morning, while Amit was still fast asleep, Purnima decided to browse through his mobile phone. The images of Amit and a young lady in swimwear that popped up on the screen had her head reeling with shock, hurt and anger. Amit was furious and hopping mad when she confronted him. He told her in clear words that he was never in love with her. She is the one who imposed herself on him and made herself available to him in spite of being a married woman. He is a bachelor and has his own life to live. He told her to pick her bag up and leave his house and his life immediately. Dear friends, when someone is trying to impose something on you, know that they are trying to breach your boundaries by introducing something that is outright inappropriate or questionable and goes against your core values. You may feel anxious, intimidated, powerless, or struggling to understand why the person who is showering their love and care on you make you feel suffocated. Understand that the person is on a quest to meet their own needs and expectations and see nothing wrong in forcing you to do what he or she wants. They refuse to accept your no and try to find ways to proceed with their original intentions. Most often, they do not realize that they are imposing on you, and there can be a possibility that you are not the only one. They may repeat the same behavior with the next person and the next and next. When you are dealing with an imposer, gather courage and strength to put your foot down with a firm no and draw your boundaries, else you will end up gradually getting drained out by them. No one has the right to impose themselves on you against your wish. By remaining silent, you will be harming yourself and no one else. You are responsible for your own life, your mental and emotional health. You have a right to own your space and keep toxic encroachers away from it. Thank you for watching my video. I, Alaknanda Pramanik, your supermom and master storyteller, request you to like and share my video with those who will benefit from it. See you in my next video. Stay tuned.